Hold on to your headphones, folks, because today we're taking a deep dive that might just short-circuit your brain a little bit.
Sounds intense.
It is. Buckle up, because we're talking about AI radio hosts.
AI radio hosts.
Yeah, OFF Radio Krakow in Poland. They replaced some of their human journalists.
With AI.
Yeah, with AI-generated presenters. And it's like throwing a lit match into a fireworks factory. People are going nuts over it.
I can imagine. It's a huge question, isn't it? Like, are we heading into a future where machines are going to be our DJs and news anchors? That's wild.
That's crazy, right? We're going to unpack all of this and hopefully help you decide if this is the coolest thing since sliced bread or a total recipe for disaster.
Okay, so lay it on me. What's the deal with this radio station? What are they trying to do with these AI hosts?
Well, it seems like they're really trying to grab the attention of younger listeners. Gen Z, millennials, all that.
Okay, so using AI to try and be more relevant to younger audiences.
Interesting. Exactly. They think AI can help them tackle really contemporary issues, the stuff that younger people are actually talking about. And I got to say, the idea of a super personalized radio experience is kind of cool. Like, imagine a morning news segment curated just for your interests.
Or a music show that reads your mood and plays exactly what you need to hear. I mean, that's pretty neat.
Right. It's like having a personal AI DJ in your pocket. But hold on, because not everyone's on board with this AI DJ revolution.
Yeah, I bet there are some folks who are less than thrilled about this whole thing.
Oh yeah, big time. Some journalists, especially the ones who got let go from the station, they're really worried about what this means for their jobs.
Makes sense. I mean, you spend your life honing a craft and suddenly a machine comes along that can supposedly do the same thing. It's got to be unsettling.
Definitely. And they're raising some really important points like, can an AI really do the job of a journalist? Really dig deep, investigate, hold powerful people accountable.
Yeah, that's a big question. Can an algorithm really grasp the nuances of investigative journalism?
And one of the journalists who was let go, Mateusz Dembski, he started a petition that's gotten a ton of support. He's basically saying, hey, this is about more than just jobs. It's about the very core of what journalism is.
So there's a real fear that this technology could actually weaken the foundation of journalism.
Exactly. He's basically arguing that human journalists are essential to a functioning democracy. And a lot of people agree with him.
I can see why people are concerned. I mean, journalism plays a critical role in holding power to account. It's a cornerstone of a free society. So if we start replacing journalists with AI, that raises some serious questions about the future of information and accountability.
Totally. But on the other hand, the station head is saying that they didn't fire journalists because of the AI. They're saying it was low listenership. That was the real problem.
So they're framing it as a way to try and save the station, revitalize radio, make it more appealing.
Exactly. They're saying that AI is a tool that can help radio stay relevant, especially younger audiences.
Okay, so potentially expanding reach and maybe even revitalizing the medium. I can see that argument.
Plus, think about the potential for 2047 broadcasts content in multiple languages, hyper-personalized playlists. AI could open up radio to so many more people.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of a radio station that's always on and tailored to your specific language and interests, that's kind of mind-blowing.
It is, but then there's the flip side, the what-ifs that make you think twice.
Hit me with the what-ifs.
Well, what if the AI algorithms are biased? What if the data they're trained on is skewed in a certain direction? Then the AI is just going to perpetuate those biases.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge problem. We've seen it already with AI in other areas. If the data's biased, the output's biased, it's like garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. So instead of getting all these diverse voices and perspectives on the radio, we can end up with something that's actually less representative.
And potentially even more homogenous, which would be pretty ironic given that the station's whole goal is to broaden their appeal.
It's super ironic, right? And then there's the whole question of transparency. Will listeners always know if they're listening to a real person or an AI?
Yeah, that's a crucial question. Will there be full disclosure, or could people be unknowingly interacting with AI?
And even the people who are generally pro-AI, they're saying, hey, wait a minute, we need some rules here.
So even the proponents are acknowledging the need for boundaries. Interesting.
Yeah. Even Poland's deputy prime minister, he's actually mentioned Dembski's case specifically. He's saying that we need some regulations around this AI stuff.
That's significant. Even those who support AI development are seeing potential risks and the need for oversight.
And it's not just about replacing live humans. It's getting even weirder. They actually aired an AI-generated interview with a deceased Polish poet.
Wait, they used AI to interview a dead person?
Yeah, Wesoła Szymborska, super famous poet.
Yeah.
Her foundation gave them permission. but it sparked this whole debate about consent and legacy and whether it's okay to use AI to basically bring people back from the dead.
Wow. That's heavy stuff. It raises a whole host of ethical questions about how we use AI and the potential implications for how we remember and interact with those who are no longer with us.
It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now.
This whole situation with OF Radio Krakow, it's like looking into the future. It's a microcosm of the larger questions we're going to have to face as AI becomes more powerful and more integrated into our lives.
So on one hand, we've got this potential for amazing things, like personalized radio experiences, 204/7 content, reaching new audiences.
Yeah, and maybe even breathing new life into a struggling industry. But on the other hand,
But on the other hand, we've got these huge ethical questions about jobs, about bias, about transparency, about the very nature of truth and reality.
it's a lot to grapple with, and it's only going to get more complex as AI continues to evolve.
It's a real crossroads.
Mhm.
So next time you're listening to the radio or your favorite podcast, take a minute to think about what makes it special. What makes it human? Can AI truly replicate that? Or is there something about human creativity and connection that technology can never quite capture?
That's the question, isn't it? As we move forward with AI, how do we ensure that human values, ethics, and creativity remain at the heart of how we communicate and connect with each other? That's something we all need to be thinking about.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
That's a wrap for this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.